Hello everyone, I am Michael and I am here today making a card with the Crafty Card collaboration. Here is the card that I'm going to show you how I made, and it uses the Storybook collection. I'm just going to bring this under here for a quick peek. It also comes with these die cuts, which you can see I have used 3 different die cuts from here. I have those there except for this little bunny, so I'm going to pull her out. And then I chose to use this paper here and the strawberry paper. I also wanted to show you that on the other side of this paper, you've got these cards or backgrounds that are different and you can cut out. And the last thing I wanted to share before we start making this is the Storybook Friends stamps and die cuts, which I have in here, come with dies that work on cutting out 3 different rabbits that are on this paper. And I absolutely love that because I can use this paper in my card making and not have to stamp, or in my scrapbooking if I want to. There is a third one here, which I don't see off the top of my head. Nope, it's not that one. Anyway, all that to say, I think it's this guy right here. What I want to feature today is how I created some depth with this frame that is also one of the die cuts included in this set. I wanted it to have a little bit more dimension, and it is usually when I want dimension, I am adding foam tape or dimensionals, but it's a little tricky when it's something so small and thin. So what I did is I cut 3 white and 1 in the boho blue, and I'm going to glue these together, one right on top of the other with my glue, and create a thicker piece so that I have that dimension that I want. And I've got this little messy mat underneath. And then I just match this up and I lay it on top. And then I've got enough time with this glue that I can kind of slide it around and make sure that my pieces are lined up. And then I can do the same thing, repeat that again. Now, for the purpose of this video, I won't repeat with that one, but know that I would usually use 3 to give me the die cuts. This, which would technically be the 4th one, I'm gonna add the boho blue color to. And then I will lay that on top as my final layer. And again, I've got enough time with that glue that I can press that on and get it all lined up so that these all come together. Then, if you noticed, what I did is I wanted this to kind of be shiny, have a bit of a glimmer to it. One of the things that we had when I was at Close to My Heart was liquid glass. And I heard through the grapevine that you can use this glue that's in the fine tip glue pen as liquid glass. And that's what I've done here. So I took this and I carefully went around, and hopefully you can see I'm getting a bit of a shadow here. I just added the glue onto these pieces, and it comes out a little bit thicker or thinner than our liquid glass came out. And it tends to bubble kind of easily. So I just either use the point here to pop those bubbles, or I even have used the needle that's inside and popped those bubbles. I just continue to fill this in all the way around with the glue. And then the key for me was to set this aside in a safe place so that I didn't lay anything on top of it. Let's pull this through. There's a little bubble that I'll get out. And I just give it a nice thick layer. Try to get all the way to the edges. Sometimes I'm just moving the glue around a little bit, like you can see here. Okay, so there you can see I've got that on there. Now, I'm gonna try with this little pointed piece of paper and see if I can pop those. There goes that one. And there's another one right here. Kind of moves it to the edge and it pops. And then there's one more right here. I'm gonna move that to the edge and that will also pop. And because I'm on this silicone mat, even if I have glue on here and it dries, it's not gonna stick to it. So that's how I created the shiny frame. I'm gonna show you another way I attempted to also get the shine. This one is also 3 layers of white and then 1 layer of boho blue. To get this one to shine, I put it on a piece of scrap paper and turned over my Versamark ink and pressed Versamark ink all over, and then used the clear embossing powder and heated it up. And that also gave me the depth I was looking for as well as the shine. So I'm going to use this one as we make this card. The one thing I did notice is the finished a little bit darker than the one that I used with the glue. So just so you are aware of that. Now I created my card base with the boho blue, and when I score it, I like to fold towards the mountain. This is the side I scored. One side has a little bit of a raised part, and when that's into the middle, the card lays a little bit easier. And I'll just use my glue here, and I'm gonna put my paper on here, and I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch all the way around the edges. And then I have the strawberry paper that I cut. The dimensions are in the project guide. Now, when I did my first card here, I went ahead and used, I think this is the Misty Moonlight. I'm still learning my colors. I used a Misty Moonlight here. But I thought I would try on this one to use some real red and see what I thought. So we're just going to experiment a little bit, and we'll put down this strawberry paper, which I just love, this strawberry paper. It's so pretty. And then I will trim this down to 4 inches. And then I'll trim this also at 4 inches. You probably couldn't see me doing that, but there we are. So that is laying down, and one of the things I thought I would do is just put a little glue on the edge here. And again, it doesn't need to be a lot. And then I'm going to use the Real Red cardstock and lay that so it goes just a tad underneath my paper here. So the paper, the Real Red is cut at 1/8 of an inch, or at 1/4 of an inch, but I really only wanted 1/8 of an inch to show. More off of there. I should have cut these to 4 inches before I got started. That would have been smart, but yeah, I didn't. And that's what happens when you're on video, right? Okay, a little bit more glue, just lifting up the corner so I can tuck this under. It slides under pretty easily. So there we have that, and it's kind of fun to see what it looks like in the red. Now, the other thing I used is I took the middle of the white frames, and I'm going to use this as the middle of this blue frame. So I'll put a little glue on here as well. And we'll glue this down. And that's going to be right here on the edge, overlapping even a little bit. There are a couple different sentiments in this stamp set. Somebody loves you, Easter greetings, welcome little one, happy spring, thank you so very much, and hello friend. I chose the hello friend, and I have Misty Moonlight Cube here, either from one of the Stampin' Up kits or one of the paper pumpkins. And I'm going to just give that a stamp without getting my head in the way right there. And then we'll use our glue. I'm just going to put a little glue on the inside here. Won't be as messy. And pick this up and place that. This is one of the die cuts that I pulled out, and this one here. And then you saw at the beginning, I pulled out this little gal. So I am going to just lay this one flat, but up above a little bit, so it kind of connects with the hello friend. And let's just use a little glue on that. And then I'm going to use a few pop dots. These are the mini dots. And I'm going to put those, the strawberries are going to kind of hang over the edge a little bit. So I want them to be strategically placed so they allow for those strawberries to kind of hang over the edge a little bit. And it's kind of fun with that dimension of the frame. It creates a little bit of a, I don't know, would you call that a shadow box maybe? And then I've got this there. Now I'm going to do the same. I want my bunny down here, but again, I want this to pop it up. So I'm going to make sure and stay on this side with my dimensionals. And then if I wanted to make it sure it glues down nice and firm, I can add a little bit of glue there. Pull off my dimensionals. And then I'm going to add my little bunny right here. I would love to know which you like better, the one with the blue or the one with the red.